the event. Because of time, I wouldn't mention the name. So let me just go to the content. It says, noting that the future of the nation's economic competitiveness lies in Lagos, Sanwo-Olu alluded to the economic realities and potentials that make the former federal capital a factor in national growth. It says this include the Lekki Free Trade Zone, Dangote Refinery and Petrochemical Plant, Eco Atlantic City, the Coastal Road, Badagry to Road, and Sokoto Road, Lagos Ibadan Standard Gauge Road, the proposed Fourth Mainland Bridge, and the Lekki International Financial Center, which makes Lagos a hub of global commerce and finance. So if you read the report, you see that there are a lot of achievements that he mentioned that Lagos had made, and so because of that, Lagos should be given a special status because they are like setting the pace and other states are trying to follow. But we'll be taking a breather here. When we come back, the newspaper reviews continue. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back. We're still reviewing the papers. The Punch now. Major headline: Federal government unveils agric reforms, moves to create 21 million jobs. Tinubu returns to Abuja after cutting short party leave. Nama pushes for tariff hike, airlines kick. Army arrests notorious IPOB commander in Imo. All reforms drive $18.2 billion deal. Federal government. How Nigeria can attain global power. Sanwo-Olu. Don't derail Abuja-led selection, council warns ruling houses. 4 hospitalized as fire got 2 Lagos buildings. Federal government predicts fresh flooding in Lagos. 13 others. What do we have in the Punch?
Okay, inside this inflation we are going through, the Nigerian Airspace Management Agency had their Director General before the stakeholders at a summit organized by the House of Representatives on House of Representatives Committee on Aviation, and he was saying, you see these flights charges that they impose on flights, 11,000 naira is not economically relevant anymore, because this 11,000 naira fee has been charged since 2008, and so now they must now increase the amount. So I don't know what he's proposing, but he's looking at a 150 to 200,000 per flight charge, which means that, of course, airline they go na consumer go carry them.
Yes, now.
Yes, it's a business thing.
Yeah.
So he's saying that he called it under the event. The event was themed "Emerging Trends in Global Aviation, Sustainability, Technology, and Digital Transformation," and he's saying that this charge per flight is no longer feasible. So he said, according to him, he said it's supposed to be charged per passenger. But he's been charged per flight, meaning that they don't spread them now. Now you're insisting that they spread additionally. Do you know what it costs now to just go to Abuja and come back? At least 570 go drop out of your account. That's over $500,000 for for any business you're doing. In those days when people like us just used to go to Abuja to go and see cousin and come back.
You can't right now.
Yeah, no.
See which cousin.
See which cousin. All cousins will be fine. But that's what Nama is proposing. Of course, airline operators are saying, you know what this implication is from consumer ends. Do you know what the implication is?
Exactly.
Yes, please.
Now, boss, go they enter last.
Okay, so I have the story of the they said the army arrest notorious IPOB commander in Imo. They said the Nigerian army has announced the arrest of a notorious commander of the indigenous people of Biafra and its armed wing. The Eastern Security Network, identified as Ifeanyi Eze Okorienta, popularly known as Gentle the Yahoo. They said he was captured in his hideout at Akuyihube, local government area of Imo State during a joint operation conducted by the troops of the 34 Artillery Brigade in collaboration with other security agencies. They said the troops also uncovered a workshop used for dismantling stolen vehicles for resale and destroyed 10 motorcycles found at the site. Also, they said these same troops carried out another coordinated missions in Adamawa, Katsina, and Kogi states, rescuing 12 kidnapped victims. They said 5 persons were freed in Madagali local government area of Adamawa, another 5 in Malumfashi local government area of Katsina. when I was coming, I listened on the radio how there were a lot of the Igbos. They were so happy that this kidnapper, or this particular guy, this notorious,
was caught.
Yes, was caught, because they said because of him, a lot of people called in and they were like, they've not been able to travel home. That he's very notorious. And yes, and he doesn't even give him, if you are one of his boys and you just make a single mistake, he'll just shoot you. They even played a video. There was a video they played there on, on radio, and describing, look at the way the guys were begging him, please, please, please. He said, no, I beg you, people are useless people. Bah, 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 kill them. And all. So you can even tell he doesn't have
There's
empathy,
no
emotion,
compassion,
nothing. He just kills. So thank God.
Do we have another story?
Well done to our troops.
Okay, Daily Sun now. Rivers all set for Fubara's return. IPOB disowns nabbed notorious pro-Biafra commander, Gentle the Yahoo. Nigerians won't accept insecurity as destiny, Obi warns. Economy, CBN warns Nigerians, says country still faces economic risk despite cooling inflation. Air Peace creates 1,000 jobs for fresh graduates through graduate training program. Edo governor unveils education reforms. UBA hosts world leaders at UNGA 2025, unveils roadmap to unlock Africa's potential. Do we have anything in the Sun?
I have the story concerning the $575 billion gap in our transport sector. Now, according to the Director General, Infrastructure Concession and Regulatory Commission, the ICRC, Dr. Job Sinewalefo, he has disclosed that Nigeria's transport sector currently is facing a $575 billion shortfall over the next 2 decades, and this is a gap that threatens to stall the country's economic growth unless urgent reforms and private investments are mobilized. He was speaking during the Nigeria International Railway Conference in Abuja, and he said that this requirement makes transport the second largest investment that we need right after the energy sector, that is projected at $759 billion. He says these funds cannot be raised through public funding alone because our annual budgets have consistently fallen short of the $100 billion that is required to close the infrastructure gap. And so he's now calling for the mobilization of private capital through public-private partnerships so that we can have a viable pathway to deliver a modern, efficient railway system that can meet 21st century needs. He also highlighted some of our ongoing standard gauge projects like the Abuja, Kaduna, Lagos, Ibadan, Warri, Takpe. He said that all of this, even the concession e-ticketing system, these are evidences of successes from public and private partnerships. And so he's calling on more of that because it's obvious that our transport sector is suffering.
Yes. So I have the story of Air Peace. They said they created 1,000 jobs for fresh graduates. They said the Air Peace has announced the creation of 1,000 fresh graduate jobs through its 2025-2026 graduate trainee program in direct reciprocation of the federal government's suspension of the 4% free on-board levy on imports. They said the chairman of Air Peace, that's Dr. Ifechukwu, praised the president and the Honorable Minister of Finance and the Coordinating Minister of Economy, Mr. Wale Edu, for listening to the concerns of the industry stakeholders and taking bold steps that safeguard millions of jobs nationwide. So because of this, he's saying that he is responding to this government's gesture by investing directly in young Nigerians. He said just as the government has acted to protect jobs and support businesses, Air Peace is reciprocating this kind gesture by creating 1,000 fresh jobs. They said the graduate trainee program is designed to equip young Nigerians with the skills, exposure, and mentorship required to thrive in aviation and allied industry, while also building a pipeline of competent professionals who will drive growth in this sector. So if you continue with the, so they said that interested candidates can apply by visiting the flyairpeace.com, that's their website, and that registration starts immediately and closes on the 30th of this month. So if you're interested, please.
All right. Nima.
Okay, so I have the River State news. Of course, tomorrow marks the return of the governor to office, and I'm looking forward to it seriously. The Sun gives an account of some civil society organizations who have now written to the sole administrator thanking him for ensuring peace in the state, but that's what the Sun wrote. But we are going to take it from the Guardian, where the president's arrival back into the country yesterday was announced, and of course they're looking to see what will happen before by tomorrow to reinstate the governor and how things will go.
He will be reinstated. Nothing will happen.
No,
only peace.
Only peace. We wait with bated breath.
And success.
Like say,
No, there won't be. No, there won't be an extension.
There was once an extension just last month. So because of that, we are carefully waiting.
With bated breath.
Yes. Let there not be an extension.
Hopefully
that thing that extended, I will tell you.
You give me the inside gist. Last final paper for today, Vanguard. Rivers hopes mixed views as emergency ends tomorrow. A private depot deserted as Dangote refinery begins direct fuel supplies. Experts disagree as presidency says inflation dropped to single digits. Bandit commander Adio Alero kills traditional ruler in Safe, Zamfara. NIM-SIM linkage reduces fraud, boosts national security. A federal government drags Showore Facebook X to court over criminal post against Tinubu. A Lagos key to attaining Nigeria's global influence. Food security. Federal government unveils new agric investment incentives, and Nigerian profs earn gardeners 3-hour pay. Who has the food security?
Nami Abitu. So the vice president was at the Food and Agriculture Organization FAO's National Sub-Regional Hand-in-Hand Investments Forum in Abuja yesterday, and he announced fresh incentives to boost agricultural investment under the President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, and said this is part of the reforms to unlock Nigeria's vast food production potential through policies that serve as a game changer for agriculture and infrastructure. Yes, they are taking the story, but we couldn't get to it of farmers locally complaining because some of these incentives meant that there are more imports, and it's affecting local production and affecting price. But price control is inhibiting profits for local producers, while imports are open because they want more foods in the market to beat down competition. But then it's affecting our local farmers and producers.
We have to do something.
Yes, we have to do something.
There's no enabling environment
Thank
for
you
farmers
so
to even
much,
go to the farms.
ladies. That's all we can take on the newspaper reviews. When we come back, we'll move on to the topics for today. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.